Welcome to the New Year's edition of Seamless Style, powered by the original and the only Politics and Polaroids. I'm your host, Mr. Parker. Happy New Year, everyone. 2022 is here. Is 2022 going to be better than the last 2 years for us? It's hard to say. It's hard to be optimistic about it. I don't consider myself a pessimist whatsoever, but the way 2020 turned out, the way 2021 wasn't a lot better, this new variant, I don't know. It's hard to say. But we're going to try to keep a positive mind and positive outlook, and we're going to continue to move forward. Here at Seamless Style, we have quite a few things in the works. So, hopefully 2022 gets everyone back on the right track. And we are able to take Seamless Style, Politics and Polaroids to unforeseen heights. All right. So this particular episode, I'm going to do a dopeness episode. Let me explain why. So some things happened this week. Some things were brought to my attention. I'm not going to speak on them directly because the guy or guys don't deserve that much energy as far as name dropping or hinting or anything like that. Just keep in mind that before I'm a gentleman, before I'm a Ralph Lauren guy, before I'm a content creator, before I was even a father, etc. I'm a man. And no matter your race, creed, color, ethnic background, sexual preference, you can only play with a man but so much. Am I upset? No. Am I mad? No. Am I angry? No. At any point in time this week I wasn't. It's actually a great week. But let's just say if you play with certain people gonna come back and play with you. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. Don't play with grown men. Let's just keep it at that. But with that being said, what I wanted to do a dopeness episode, and I want the basis of the dopeness episode to be centered around replicas, reboots, redos, whatever word you would like to use. I'm going to feature ensembles that have specific pieces that are either remakes or have been remade. They're either the original piece and there was a reboot made later, or I'm showing you the reboot of, that a reboot that initially was another piece. All right. So that's what we're going to do for this episode. Dopeness episode, January 1st, 2022. Without any further ado, y'all ready? Me too. Let's go. For our first rig, we went with the Rugby Ralph Lauren Letterman cardigan. I found this on eBay maybe 6-7 months ago, maybe a little longer. Not quite a year, I know that for a fact, but anywhere from 6 to maybe even 8 to 10 months ago. I'm not sure, but I know it wasn't quite a year. But I found this beauty on eBay. I thought it was really classy, really clean. And then lo and behold, maybe a month or so after that, A replica of it, a reboot of it, came out on the RalphLauren.com website. So I was like, man, it's pretty cool. And from what I can tell from looking at the pictures, there is no difference. Only difference is, obviously, this is Rugby Ralph Lauren, and the current one is Polo Ralph Lauren. Has the same felt giant letterman R down here on the left bottom torso. Yellow trimmed pockets. Has the crossed oars here. It has Rugby Ralph Lauren ticket here, of course. It's aviator navy, trimmed in collegiate gold buttons, trimming here, 2 stripes across the back. It's a beautiful, timeless, classic look from the Rugby Ralph Lauren and ergo now Polo Ralph Lauren line. So what I did was I just paired it up. I just went full collegiate style with it. Nice pair of jeans. These particular jeans are distressed, and I had them repaired with I had 2 of these. So I had a cut up and sewn as inside patches. So you get that particular navy and gold rugby vibe in the distressed and repaired on the jeans. Rugby Ralph Lauren Bankers Club collar sports shirt and aviator navy, collegiate gold and white stripes, white collar obviously. Polo by Ralph Lauren rep tie in the same colors. And then I got this bag here because we're doing, the school look. So this is an original Rugby Ralph Lauren bag. It's not hand created by some random dude. This is the original Rugby by Ralph Lauren messenger bag here. Canvas and leather, beautiful distressed grommets here. And the shoulder strap has your, again, aviator navy and collegiate gold stripe on it, just to finish everything off. Belt, same as the tie, with the same color code combo. So you see what we did here. You can finish it off with either one of those hats. You could wear a flat cap. You could do whatever with headwear. You could sport your hair, whatever you want to do. But this is a great look. This is something I could wear anywhere. I could wear this anywhere and represent as a Ralph Lauren guy. All right, let's go on to the next. This particular piece is actually a reboot or a remake or replica. Originally, this particular shirt was by Rugby Ralph Lauren. This particular version that I have is Polo Ralph Lauren. The Rugby Ralph Lauren version, I was not able to locate a picture of it. I'm almost positive that one of my fellow RL guys, Reese Jackson, I'm almost positive that he has the Rugby Ralph Lauren version. But just guessing off the top of my head, the one thing I would say is probably different is it probably doesn't have PRLC here, Polo Ralph Lauren Club. It probably doesn't have that on the Rugby version because it's not Polo, obviously. But a beautiful crest here with a griffin in the middle. 1925 underneath the crest. Again, like I said, PRLC. But it's just a beautiful color block. It has the 4 basic food groups of collegiate all throughout. You've got college green, wine, white stripes on this sleeve. On this particular sleeve, they threw in an extra color. You got a little bit of purple here, a little bit of college purple. Again, college green and white on this particular sleeve. College green, yellow stripes on this side of the color block. Navy here, wine and white, big 10 patch, a small 10 patch here, big 10 patch on the back. The placard is wine. The inside of the placard is your traditional white, traditional Rugby Ralph Lauren collar in white. So I paired it with the slim fit small whale corduroys because I wanted to do a slightly dressier look. If I'd have went with maybe the wine chinos, then maybe I would have wore like even the kill shots that I have on, or maybe a pair of boat shoes or something like that. But with this, I probably actually break out a nice pair of dressy saddle shoes, or maybe even a pair of wingtips. All right. Slim fit, small well corduroys in the wine. Nice ribbon belt here. Brown centerpiece, green and navy stripe on the side. Goes well with the Rugby Ralph Lauren bag. Original Rugby Ralph Lauren bag. Not handmade by some random dude. This is original from Rugby Ralph Lauren messenger bag. All right. It's all canvas, French navy. Your flap to open is college green, aviator navy, and college gold with a nice crest here. Rugby. The Latin phrase underneath with a griffin and skull and bones on your crest, man. Beautiful piece. I ended it with a nice button-down collared woven shirt, and then this beautiful tie here. So it's a patchwork tie, all of the same colors involved. It's patchwork, and then it has a foul yard pattern throughout the tie. So it's a beautiful piece of neckwear to complete this ensemble. Cap wise, you have numerous ways you can go. I actually, back here on this back wall, might not be able to see it, but I actually have a Rugby Ralph Lauren cap that has a griffin on it. It's a cricket cap, and it's wine and white in stripes, so it goes perfect with this beauty here. All right, let's do one more and then we'll be done. For our last rig, we're doing something slightly different from the other two. And what I mean by that is, this particular piece is not a reboot. It is I would consider it the original. But what happened was there was an adjustment made. All right. So let me explain, because this happens a lot more than you may realize within the company. And then I'll speak on it after we complete it. I'll speak on it further. This particular piece with the Latin phrase here, which I've gone over before on previous episodes, so you're more than welcome to go back and look that up. It has this is screen printed, and it's screen printed with the emphasis on slight distressing. Same with this patch here. Polo Ralph Lauren, New York. Roman numeral letters here for 1967 and PRL. Beautiful collegiate crest with the cracking in it to give it that distressed look. Giant felt art. It's a multi-sport letterman cardigan. Football, cricket. What the hell is that? That's funny. I'm assuming that they tried to make that into a basketball, but it doesn't really look like one to me. Beautiful little pockets here. One of them over here actually has Ralph Lauren written on the inside. All right. Aviator navy here. Three stripe collegiate stripes here. Leather elbow patches. This piece, it's a gorgeous piece. I bought it when it first came out years ago. It's cut very big. So normally when I first bought it, I normally wore it open. It's cut extremely big. This one is a medium, fits me perfect. The original one I sold. All right. I wanted to do something a little bit dressier since we already had a cardigan on this particular episode. So I went with a nice pair of dress slacks by Ralph Lauren. Blue and white striped shirt. And just for an extra pop of color, I went with this Kelly green tie, small rep stripes in the navy and heraldic crest all over. So continue with the collegiate style theme here, but a little bit more dressier. This, you definitely want to break out a pair of brown dress shoes, wingtips, brogues, etc. Now, let's talk about this sweater and the adjustment that was made. So this sweater came out, RalphLauren.com, like I said, exactly how you see it here. Eventually, this sweater made it to factory and outlet. But when it hit factory and outlet, it was devoid of the leather elbow patches. It was devoid of the Latin phrase. It was devoid of the crest. I'm 50-50 sure, and I'll put a picture up while I'm talking. But I'll put a picture up so you can see for yourself whether or not it has the 3 stripes. I can't remember. I want to say it does. But I'm not even sure if your sports are in the R. Again, you can look at the picture and see for yourself. But what happens is when the item hits online, it usually has an 8-week lifespan. Same thing when it hits the stores before you see it hit the clearance and then fizzle away. 8 weeks. So when something hits online and has an 8-week lifespan and maybe it doesn't sell like they thought it would, then they can take it and put it into the factory stores because let's be honest, most Ralph Lauren fans, let's call them fans, not necessarily collectors, although there are quite a few collectors that spend more time than I would suggest in the factory stores, but I digress from that conversation. But most Ralph Lauren fans tend to shop in the factory and outlet. They're not invested enough to the point where they even, maybe some of them don't even maybe know what double RL is, or Purple Label, or Rugby Ralph Lauren, or Denim and Supply, right? So anyway, this sweater, remove everything but the R, trickles down into the factory and outlet stores, and then it flies off the shelves for probably $229, something like that. It was like, I think it was $298 online when I bought it. I can't remember. It may have been more than that. But that happens more often than not. That happens a lot when it comes to the brand, especially over the past 7, 8 to 10 years, because the bulk of the profits, a lot of the profits come from factory and outlet. So if a piece doesn't do the numbers that maybe it was projected to do online, a lot of times it may trickle down into the factory and outlet stores. Now, depending on where you live, let's say you live in the New Jersey area somewhere. Well, there's Woodbury Commons. That particular factory outlet store is an extra large store. So anything and everything they get. Flip side, I'm in North Carolina. The store where I work is considered a medium store. They don't get anything and everything as far as factory and outlet trickle down pieces are concerned. Just to keep it in perspective, there is a CYO section in one of my favorite stores ever, the Soho location, Prince Street in New York City. CYO, create your own. So they have a create your own section in there where you can go in there and get patches put on particular items, etc., etc. There's also a CYO in Dolphin Mall in Miami at that extra large store run by a good friend of mine. Hey, Laura. Yeah, she has a CYO machine in her factory outlet store. So obviously she gets everything as well. I think she even got the Yankees jackets. When the sateen Yankees jackets. I think at one point she had those. So yeah, a lot of stuff trickles down to the factory and outlet store, but a lot of times, and not all the time, but a lot of times those pieces get changed. They may get minimalized because again, when you're talking about factory and outlet, you have a lot of people that aren't necessarily collectors of Ralph Lauren, but they may just be a fan, or they just may be riding a wave, or whatever the case may be. And with them, sometimes being minimalist with the pieces is better. You know what I mean? I feel like if this particular sweater would have hit the factory and outlets the way it is right here, it may not have flew off the shelves, because you're gonna have people questioning this, man, the shirt is doing too much. I don't know about all this. What does this say? Does this say, hey, I'm an asshole? I don't know what this says. I ain't buying. People silly, but yeah. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind when you shop in factory and outlet. You may see some, and I shop factory and outlet, but a lot of times when I go in there, I'm going in there, sock shopping, undergarment shopping, and I definitely go in there looking for dress shirts and sports shirts and Oxfords. Now, if I was in the market for jeans, I'd go factory and outlet. If I go in there and I see a piece, and just from, perusing the website, or just from the fact of what I do and who I am, I know if I see something that I haven't seen before and it's in a factory outlet store, it could be a one-off. It may be something that's not coming back. It may be something that's rare. It may be something that they're experimenting with. And it also could be something that was exclusively made for factory and outlet, because that also happens. All right. When you think about the amount of money that factory and outlet makes for the brand, sometimes you even got to throw exclusive pieces in there that you can't find anywhere else, and you never seen in full retail stores or on the websites. So with that said, if something like that is in front of me, then and if it's something that's really grabbing me, I would definitely, go ahead and make that purchase. For the most part though, I shop in factory outlets for, the basic essentials. Like I said, chinos here and there, jeans here and there, but definitely sports shirts, dress shirts, Oxfords, socks, and undergarments. Anyway, this is an original, and it wasn't necessarily a replica made of it or rebooted. It was kind of adjusted, and then a lot of people have the adjusted version. But I prefer, me personally, because y'all know how I feel about elbow patches. Y'all know how I feel about, just collegiate style cardigans in general with crests and all that good stuff. I probably wouldn't even have caught this if I hadn't seen this and I only had the R version to go with, the plain R. Me personally, I probably would have left it alone. I would have been all right. But this one is definitely something that I'm definitely going to keep for a long time. And that's another episode in the books. So we did a dopeness episode. We just did 3 rigs, just what we would consider to be dope ensembles, very nice ensembles for whatever, outing or event or just day-to-day wears we got going on. But each rig had a piece that is either a reboot or was rebooted. It's either a replica of an original or it's the original and it's been replicated. Now, that's my subtle little way of letting you guys know what kind of week this was as far as what I was talking about in the introduction. Just like how does Smack say it on URL? You can't copy respect. You can't copy the original. You can try, but it's not going to be possible. So, be original. Be original. If you're trying to create content, or if you're trying to put a group together, or if you're trying to start up a company, be original. Don't beg, borrow, and steal. Don't copy. Don't Kinkos. Don't reboot somebody else's ideas that everybody knows is that person's ideas. Like, just do your own thing, and if not, find something else to do. But it's not cool. It's not a good look, and things can happen. Things can happen when you do stuff like that. Things that you may not have prepared for. Anyway, what did y'all think of the episode? Get in the comment section. Tell me what you thought about some of the replicas, reboots, originals, etc. But also, tell me what's on your agenda for 2022. Get in the comment section and tell me, do you think 2022 is going to be, we're going to get back to normal here, have a much better year than we did last year in 2020? Or do you think it's going to be more of the same? What's your plans for 2022? What you got going on for 2022 that as far as the brand and the lifestyle, more collecting? Are you going to retire from collecting? Are you going to elevate? Are you still in the transitional period? Have you set a goal to get out of the transitional period and get to where you're trying to get by the end of 2022? You know, just talk to me. Just holler at me in the comment section, man. I just want to hear from you fellow gents. All right? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and tell a friend. The originals are here. We ain't never went nowhere, and we ain't going nowhere. Artists paint pictures. Haters continue to paint narratives. So don't be like them haters, man. Be yourself. All right? And y'all have a good one. 2022.